Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we are going to summarize a very famous and very interesting story titled The Remains of the Feast, which is written by Githa Hariharan, famous Indian writer and editor based in New Delhi, and she got Commonwealth Writers Prize in 1993 for her first novel, Thousand Faces of Night. So this is written by the very famous writer Githa Hariharan, and the story name is here The Remains of the Feast. This story is in the syllabus of the first semester B.Sc General English under Bangalore University as per the SEP syllabus. So now let's begin the story The Remains of the Feast. So there is a very brief introduction about the story. This story is about an old woman, Rukmani, who decides to enjoy her last days in her own way. It is narrated by her great granddaughter Ratna, who is a medical student. The story talks about family traditions, freedom, and the struggles of life and death. Friends, sometimes we have seen the more old people, senior citizens, they become child when they grow more older and older, especially at the age of 80, 85, or the 90, they become more child. So this is kind of such kind of glimpse we are going to see in the story here. The story is told by the great granddaughter Ratna about her grandmother Rukmani, who is about 80 plus. Let us see the story here. Let's watch the story. Rukmani, who is about 90 years old and has lived a traditional life in a strict Brahmin household. So she's a Brahmin lady, and she has gone through a very traditional life setup in the Brahmin family, and she's about 90 years old. She has a playful sense of humor and often laughing at the life's ironies. She has very good sense of humor. Sometimes she laughs at on very simple issues which people may not like. Though she followed all the rules of her life, she begins to crave freedom in her final days. So, being a widow, she has followed all the traditional setup of Brahminhood. But the more she's growing older, 90 plus, she's craving for freedom in her final days. So, that's about Rukmani. Rukmani gradually develops cancer, but her family does not tell her about this disease which she has been suffering from, and the family hides the truth from her. Rukmani realizes that she doesn't have a kind of desire to live a long life, and she would like to enjoy the life before it ends. So what does she do? Rukmani asks Ratna, her granddaughter, to secretly bring some food which she was never allowed to eat as a widow. She's a widow. She has not been allowed to eat some sort of food. Now she's asking her granddaughter to bring such food secretly so that she can enjoy the last days of her life. She enjoys pastries, samosas, Coca Cola, spicy snacks, and all the things which she never had. Now she had tasted all these things. This shows her rebellion against the strict traditions she followed her whole life. Her whole life she has never touched because she's a widow. But now, at the end of her days, at the last days of her life, she would like to taste, and she has tasted it, and she has gone against the traditions as a Brahmin lady. Rukmani is moved to a now. Rukmani is not keeping well, and she's moved to a nursing home, and her health has got worse. She has been admitted to a nursing home. On her deathbed, she asks for unusual things. She's asking very unusual things like she wants to wear red sari, she wants to eat spicy food. Her family is shocked because these are not the things a traditional widow should ask for. The whole family members, they start to get some sort of a kind of discussion that why is she doing like this, because she's a widow, and being a traditional widow she should never ask for the red sari and eating the spicy food. So this is what she has become here, rebelling here. Now Rukmani is no more. Rukmani passes away in the nursing home after a dramatic final moment. where she screams for the red sari and spicy snacks, but she's not given the red sari, she's not given the spicy snacks, and she's no more now. Ratna and her mother prepare the body for the funeral. Ratna tries to honor Rukmani's wish by dressing her in the red sari, but her mother insists on following the tradition. Her mother says, "No, let's not break the tradition." Ratna, she wishes that her grandmother's last wish should be fulfilled, that she should be dressed up in the red sari, but Ratna's mother denies because they don't want to break the traditions. So Rukmani is ultimately cremated in a plain brown sari, adhering to the societal norms. So the traditions has been followed very strictly here. So after Rukmani's death, Ratna reflects on a great grandmother's rebellion nature. Ratna initially tries to connect with Rukmani's memory by eating the same forbidden foods, but she realizes that it is not the same. Eventually, she clears out Rukmani's belongings. She replaces them with her medical textbooks, which shows a kind of shift from tradition to progress. So it was very temporary. Despite moving on, Ratna admires Rukmani's courage to break free from societal expectations, even if only in her last days. So, what themes we find in the story here? We find the themes like tradition versus freedom. So, Rukmani's actions show her fight against the rules and the traditions which had controlled her life. Second theme, celebration. Even at the end of life, Rukmani would like to find the joy in the life. Legacy. Ratna admires her great grandmother's courage and she would like to continue. She would like to keep her memories alive. So hence we can say that the story, The Remains of the Feast is both a very sad as well as very inspiring story, which shows how one woman dared to live on her own terms even in her final days. So the friends, this is how we can say Jindagi na milegi dobara. So friends, this is how I have tried to summarize the interesting story by Githa Hariharan, the the remains of the feast. Hope you have liked this video. Click on the like button, write in the comment box, subscribe the channel if you have not yet done it, and also look into the description box. You'll find all the videos summary, and very shortly you'll also be getting the model question paper solution also. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Live your life even at the last breath also, even till last breath. Thank you so much.